Happy Friday, guys. Let's go ahead and just get started. Today, we're going to be working on another logic puzzle. We'll be doing this on Fridays moving forward. The very first thing, of course, though, is our do now. Today, your question is the following. If you could choose any animal to turn into as a superpower, what animal would you turn into? Again, if you can choose any animal to turn into as your superpower, what animal would you turn into? Go ahead and write any animal that you would turn into down here inside that box. We're going to go ahead and just get started as far as our logic puzzles. There are a few to walk through, so let's go ahead and just get it in there. Now, down here for question one, we're going to start walking through it just as a reminder of how to solve these. And I want to jump ahead in just a minute here and show you question number three, just because it looks a little bit different. So this is asking for question one, each of the 5 students has a favorite subject. Use the clues below to find out what subject each student likes best. So we have our clues down here, and we're going to go ahead and start putting X's inside some of our boxes. Now, keep in mind there's only going to be 1 X in these boxes for Joe. For Jack, there's only going to be 1 X in these boxes. For Abe, only 1, and then the same goes for the last 2. So there's only going to be 1 in each of our rows here that go left to right, because we need to figure out which subject or which time of the day each student likes the most. So this one says Joe likes reading more than any other subject. So there's a good chance that for reading, for Joe, we're going to go ahead and just put an X right there, okay? Neither Carl nor George enjoy math. So if Carl and George don't enjoy math, do we think that we're going to put any X's here? Chances are we're not going to. So we're just going to remember if we want, or if we, there are 2 choices. We can either just remember that we're only going to have these possibly filled in here for him, like one of these, or we could put placeholders. Oops. We could put placeholders here just to show that one of these is going to be our choice, okay? That one of these is going to be our choice. So either way is fine, whichever you choose to do, that's not a problem, okay? Next up, we have Abe's favorite subject is either reading or recess. So Abe is either reading or recess. So we're gonna put 1 for reading, and we'll go ahead and put 1 for recess as well. And then here we have George enjoys writing more than the other students. So we still need to figure out what Jack enjoys, and then also just which of these we think is most reasonable. Now, keep in mind here, we need to get rid of a lot of these except for 1 of the X's in this row and 1 of the X's in this row. If we see that chances are that someone else already has reading filled in here, we're not going to have reading filled in here. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of those. Same thing, if Abe also likes reading, or we know Joe really likes reading, right? But Abe is either reading or recess, we can't say that he enjoys reading as much as recess, because we can only have 1 of the X's in each column as well. Now, that means we need to get rid of these guys as well. And using the other information, we can start to put together what the rest of the class is going to look like. This is the most I'm going to help you up to this point, because I want you to be able to try the rest on your own. This one can be a little bit tricky, so just be careful. Now, just to skip to question number 2, question 2 looks very similar. And question 3 looks different. This is a Megamind challenge. It's been a while since we've used one, or we've had one. But basically, we're going to really learn how to solve this next week. And this is going to be next Friday's kind of a challenge ones. But I kind of want to just give you a little bit of a heads up here, okay? So just like usual, directions are use the clues below to figure out when each person's birthday age is. So if we look, Peter's birthday is in April. So we would find the names, we find Peter, and here we're gonna go over to where it says April, and we're just gonna put an X right there. That's it. Now, Peter is not going to have any other birthdays here, right? His birthday can't be in April, January, and September, right? So these are going to be blank. We do need to fill out his age, though. The more we solve here, the more we're going to figure out Peter's age. In fact, if we just skip here, it says Peter is 8. So I'm going to go ahead and say Peter is 8. Now, we're done with Peter. The only thing, though, is this box down here, this section. These are also birthdays right here, but when they meet a certain age. So for example, we know Peter's birthday is in April, right? So again, Peter's birthday is in April and he's 8 years old. So we're going to find where it says 8 years old right here. And we're going to say that his birthday is April. So notice how he has an X right here to select that his birthday is in April. And he has an X right here to select that his birthday is in April. This is what we would have filled out here. So we do need to fill out either one of the or two of these boxes here, one for January and one for September. And then we need to finish filling in these sections as well for birthdays and ages. Now, I know that can be a little confusing. We are going to talk more in detail about this later, so I'm not too concerned about it right now, as long as you try and you do have an X where it makes sense. There is no exit ticket today, so please make sure that you do have an X for every single one of the correct boxes that you need to have one. Just try your absolute best. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Call, text. If I'm not able to pick up, leave that voice message. We talked all about that before. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday, a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.